Imagine a world where the equator is as cold as modern-day Antarctica. A world where the oceans are capped by a layer of ice a kilometer thick. For millions of years, this wasn't a sci-fi movie. It was Earth. 2.4 billion years ago, our planet vanished under a shroud of white. This is the story of Snowball Earth. Today on Timestream, we investigate how life almost accidentally killed the planet, and how the Earth managed to thaw itself out. In our last episode, we saw cyanobacteria flood the world with oxygen. Before this, Earth was kept warm by a thick blanket of methane. When oxygen hit that methane, it reacted, stripping the planet of its heat-trapping shield. At the same time, a new supercontinent called Huronian was forming. The thermostat was broken, and the cold was coming. As ice grew at the poles, it triggered a deadly feedback loop called the albedo effect. White ice reflects 90% of the sun's heat back into space. In a geological heartbeat, the Earth was encased in ice. For 300 million years, the time stream was frozen in place. While the surface was a desert of snow, the Earth's internal heart was still beating. How did life survive 300 million years of a global deep freeze? Volcanic vents on the ocean floor provided islands of heat. Other microbes survived in cryoconite holes, tiny pockets of melted water filled with mineral dust. Life became a refugee in its own home, waiting for the world to wake up. The Earth was trapped. But beneath the ice, volcanoes were still pumping out CO2. Because there was no rain to wash the CO2 out of the air, it slowly built up over millions of years. Eventually, the greenhouse effect became so intense that the ice couldn't reflect enough heat to stay frozen. The thaw was violent. The ice melted in a surge of massive storms. Earth emerged from its frozen tomb, but it was changed. Snowball Earth was a test. It proved that life is nearly impossible to extinguish once it takes root. The survivors were now tougher, more complex, and ready for the next great leap, the rise of complex cells. Next time on Timestream, we explore the boring billion. Was it actually boring, or was the Earth preparing for its most explosive transformation yet? Subscribe to keep the timeline moving. I'm your host, and this is the story of us.